Hi, Stacy here with Bluebird Paper and Thread. Thank you for joining me today. Today is Saturday, July 26th. It has been a couple weeks since my last video posted because I have been busy either training for our resident camp or I've been working at the resident camp. I'll go into that a little bit more here in a minute. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My channel is on my hobbies. Right now that's primarily cross-stitching and cross-stitch finishing, but I also enjoy a little bit of sewing, and I'm starting to dip my toe ever so slightly into the pool of quilting. And I also enjoy paper crafting. I like to make greeting cards, gift tags, gift card holders, treat boxes, that kind of thing. If you like what you see, please take a moment, hit that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell. I really do appreciate it. We have a really good time here, I think. I have a good time. And I love sharing what I am passionate about. I may sound a little froggy, and for that I apologize. I got sick at camp. So I got sick at camp. The first night up was two Sundays ago, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I didn't feel well, and I thought, oh, this is what they talk about with altitude sickness. I don't ever really get altitude sickness. I might get tired and a little winded. It might take me a minute for my lungs to adjust. But I woke up not feeling great, and I thought, oh no, you cannot be getting the flu before camp even starts. That's not good. But I went back to bed and everything was fine. I was great until about Wednesday, and then I got very congested, and I was talking to a coworker, one of my employees at home, working on something, and she's like, stop, are you sick? I'm like, no. Just really snotty. And so I just was congested, took decongestants. I did have a slip and fall where I slid on a rock and down I went. Thank God it was my bad knee, but oddly enough, when I stood up, like the next day, the person I was with, he's like, were you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. Actually, I'm better than I was before I fell because nothing hurts. I think it like shocked me back into alignment or something. I don't know. But I was having an issue with one ankle and then the opposite knee going into the week. So this is like, I don't know what I did to my ankle, but my knee has been an ongoing issue most of my adult life, and it's just something is not the same. So I think I need to make an appointment to go in to see the doctor when I get back from vacation at the end of next month. So I need to actually probably make that appointment. Anyway, so I felt fine. We did fine. I felt a little run down at the end of the week, but I've been told you oftentimes do because you're in charge of 140 campers and 35 staff. So, there's a lot going on, and you can get tired and run down. So that's just kind of what I was figuring it was. I came home a week ago today, and late afternoon, and I jumped in the shower and I started unpacking, and then I sat on the couch and I dozed. And then I think I dozed again in the evening, and then I went to bed early and I slept really, really good. But then I woke up on Sunday and I was dragging. And then I woke up Monday and I had a really bad sore throat, and I'm like, oh, awesome. So I've been battling this. This is not how I wanted this last week to go. I did a lot of stitching, a lot of napping, still not feeling 100%, but feeling as close to it as I think I can. And I just, I didn't get as much done as I wanted to get done. But I got a ton of stitching done. And I've just been trying to take care of myself to recoup from the week, and making mental notes on what I'm going to do differently next year to boost my immunity so that I don't come home feeling run down and dragging. So that was my camp experience. Kids had a wonderful time. We had quite a few first timers, and they all loved it. It was really, really nice. It was exactly how I expected it to be. I wasn't surprised by really anything. It was good. So I'm glad that I went. Like I had a choice. Anyways, food was good. Kids, kept talking about how good the food was, and the food was good. I think there was one meal that was just kind of, but really, it was all very good. So anyways, so did I get my project bag made this week? No. Did I get the quilt top quilted that I wanted to work on? No. No, I didn't. Did I get my house cleaned? No, although I did. It took me 3 mornings of like an hour to an hour and a half each morning before I got really tired. I had a over-the-door organizer for my closet. I have a shoe organizer, but this was different. And so I was able to pull the old one off and put up a new one and go through the things that were in there. I got rid of a lot of stuff. We rebranded my job rebranded again. So old is out. I got rid of all the old, made room for the new. As far as like uniforms, like that kind of thing. I have a bench that has 3 like 13 by 13 by 13 cubbies in it, and the baskets that were in there were shredded by the cats, so I bought 3 new ones so far. Knock on wood, they have left them alone, and they're really cute, so I'm super glad that happened. I bought new sheets, and before I left, so I washed those and put those on. Just little things like that. I reorganized my sock and my underwear drawer. Those things that are quite fun, but they take quite a bit of time to do. And then after 3 days, I thought, I can't do anymore. I did wash the dog bed yesterday, so that was good. I'm washing towels today. That's good, but I'm going to have to get on with life. So things have to get done, and apparently I'm the only one that can do them. So I had a new start, no finishes, and I have quite a bit of haul, but it's been a couple weeks, so keep that in mind when we go through the haul. Also, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous morning here in Southern California, and planes are up and out. I live very close to the municipal airport, and the planes are up and people are flying, and so if you hear a lot of little planes, I apologize. One had flown over before I started recording that was loud, kind of low, so if you hear that, I apologize. Martha's Bird. This is one that Contented Needleworker Kim and I wanted to do a sal on, and she had another friend who I can't remember wanted to join, so they were waiting. I felt like they were waiting on me to pick fabric, and I had a vision of not doing, I love this color. It's gorgeous. I think it is Havana. yeah, 40 count Havana by Weeks Dye Works. And I love it. I love how vintagey it is. But I also could picture it on a green. I was pretty tired. I looked through what I looked through, and I couldn't find the green that I thought I had. And so I pulled out chocolate. It's called Earth by Fiber on a Whim. And I told her, I messaged her and I said, hey, I've decided on a fabric. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start it because I don't want to get going on this and hate it and you guys finish and, you know, me still be trying to figure out fabric. So I pulled it out. Anyways, Earth by Fiber on a Whim. And this is how far I got with my start. That was one evening worth of stitching, called for flosses. I may have to change one brown. It depends on where it shows up in the color palette. But I might have to change this one here. It is Sable. Sable is very close. So I'm thinking maybe Hickory Sticks. This is the branch that the bird is sitting on. So that might have to change. But that is how far I got, and I absolutely love it. I cut a scrap. I measured and then I added a couple inches, so hopefully hopefully it's okay. But I'm excited to have this one started. I think it's beautiful. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it yet. I might finish it like they had it in the photo here, or I might do something a little different. I think that's a Chantel's 141 design finishing piece, I think. Let's see if it says that too. Yes, Roundup Display by Chantel's 141 Design Company. So I don't know if I'll do that or if I'll finish it in a different way. We'll just have to wait and see when it gets done. I have to go check to see if that's my dog. One moment. Nope. It's my neighbor. Makes me feel good that my dog is not the only one in the block that barks excessively. This is my challenge piece. My husband one time said not too long ago, gosh, too bad they don't have Star Wars things. I'm like, oh, but they do. So I went on Etsy and I ordered this. I will link who it's by below. I can't remember off the top of my head. I told him it's like 18 skeins of 310, and then there's 19 colors total, I think, or 20 colors total. You don't think it, but really there is. And he's like, oh, no, don't. I said, oh, no, challenge accepted. So these are the flosses, the colors. Real pretty darks. You've got some dark blues, dark greens, some grays, black, purple, tan. These are the extras because it tells you how many you need. And I decided, excuse me, I was going to stitch this on a 40 count Verdal, which I've never stitched on before, and I really, really like it. I have this chart on Markup XP. because that way I can, do a row and mark it off immediately, and it's been very helpful. But this is how far I got. So I did like half of that one day and the other half another day. I got pretty bored, so I only worked on it during the day, and then in the evening I switched to a different project. But and I'm hoping that I started in the right spot. This is page 3. I wanted to start in the middle. I wanted to start in the middle so that I could make sure I had enough border width around the piece. But when I was looking at the chart, because the chart is like 38 pages, it was very difficult for me to find the middle and to start in the middle. So I thought, okay, maybe I can find the middle of the top and start there. And so that's what I did. So it's like the top back half of Darth Vader's helmet. There's over 111,000 stitches in this piece altogether. I've stitched like 700. It's gonna take a while. Of course he's like, oh no, don't. I'm like, no, yes, I'm gonna do it, and hopefully it'll be finished before we both die. So I worked on that. My goal is to work on it once or twice each week, probably once a week. Just to move it along. I don't know if when I'm on vacation I will work on it. We'll have to see. That's the other thing too. When I went to camp, I brought 2 projects with me to work on. I brought the monthly weigh-in up here. I wanted to get that one going, and I also brought the Cottage Needleworks cottages. Those are things that have been kind of languishing in my stash, and I wanted to kind of move them along. Ask me how much I stitched. By the time we got back to the chalet, which is where we were staying, and got settled for bed, I could not. It was almost 11 o'clock. I'm like, I cannot stay up. So they just sat in my bag. I worked on Indigo Lane with a needle and thread. This was my birthday stitch from last year, and my birthday is next month on the 22nd, and I wanted to get this done. So my goal this week was to finish the house, and I did it. So the house is finished. So all I have left to do is this little urn and this up here, and then I'm done. I will be framing this, probably hanging it in my bedroom or my bathroom. This big bird needs his legs, but I mean, other than that, oh, and I have some over here I have some long stitches to do. But it's almost done. I think it's so cute. I love it so much. So it felt good to move this along. That was the other thing too. I was looking at my basket of projects that were half finished, and I thought, I have a whole week. I'm not feeling good, but I can stitch. Do I pull out big projects? Do I pull out the ones that are almost done and just complete a bunch? I just pulled out whatever I wanted to. If something looked good, I pulled it out. Okay. Last night I worked on Botanical Bee, my hands-on design. This is almost finished. I am stitching this with the called for flosses on the called for linen, and that is 32 count Juniper by Fabrics by Stephanie, and I am stitching this 2 strands over 2. Excuse me. I wasn't feeling much like stitching, but I did wind up pulling this out yesterday. I've got the wings almost completely filled in, and I've got the flowers, with the exception of the green, they're done. So there's a little bit I have to add in here, and then arching of flowers up here, and then the back stitching and the bees, and I'm done. Really, really close. It's turning out so cute. I can't wait. And then I'll start on, did you see the little thumbprint? Thumbs up? Let's see. And then I'll start on Ladybug Picnic. And someone did a really cute finish with Ladybug Picnic. They put it on a round flower piece from Hobby Lobby that's kind of like a whitewash look to it. It looked so cute, and so that's what I'm going to do. Okay. I pulled out Floral Motif Sampler by Scarlet House. This was a Christmas start and a Christmas gift. Not this past Christmas, but the one before. When we went to the attic, I picked up this chart. And then when my husband, he's like, I want to get you something else for Christmas. I'm like, can you kit up a chart for me? Because I knew it was going to be kind of expensive. I wanted to do the attic's silk conversion. Excuse me. And he said, oh, yeah, sure. So these are the silks. Dinky dyes, gum nut yarns, Belle Soie, beautiful, beautiful colors. And the linen that they picked, I wanted a 40 count. And I'm so pleased with it. I really do love it. This is Sampler Gold in a 40 count linen by Color and Cotton. And that's my progress. So this week I finished this motif and these two motifs. I got done. They're just so pretty. I forget how much I really do enjoy working on this until I pull it out. I really need to pull it out a little bit more frequently. I'm thinking I see a mistake. No. Linen can play tricks with your eyes. So that's pretty close to the true color. This is showing up, the orange color is showing up much better in person. But I love it. I can't wait to get this done. I really need to put some more focused time in on it. I think I've got one page complete in the chart, so that's good. I am making this piece for my office at work. I am stitching this on 40 count cream linen by Zweigart, and I am stitching this one. Unplug and go outside. And this is in this book. I have this book linked in my Amazon shop. It is not spiral bound. I took it to FedEx and asked them to spiral bound it for me, and I'm really happy that I did that. But anyway, so that's the chart. Ugh. And here's where I'm at. So it's really starting to come together where you can make things out. So I finished basically all of I almost got the bottom half of the G done for Go. I filled in these trees. I was adding the background. I started working on the tree up here. I added the butterfly. I just need to add his antenna. And then I've got to fill in this, and then that part will be done. There is some back stitching. I may or may not do that. I may wait till do that at the end, just because I think I'm gonna have to move my hoop up a little bit. I mean, I guess I could go a bigger hoop. That is a thought. But I love it. I know exactly where I'm gonna hang it in my office. So it'll be fun to have this one done. I want to frame it in a light wood, like natural wood colored frame. Simple, clean lines. So, this one really did come along quickly. I mean, it took all day. I started it late morning or early afternoon. I worked on it all day, and I took a couple breaks, but and these are the called for colors. So it's an enjoyable stitch. I'm glad that I decided to start it. My Sunday sampler piece, much like I have a Friday focus, I have a I'm starting a sampler Sunday piece, just because I have so many samplers that I don't touch regularly, that I decided I'm gonna dedicate at least maybe 4 or 5 Sundays to each piece. Ideally, I would work on it until it's done, but I don't know that I have the focus to do that. Anyway, so this is Land That I Love. This was my birthday start from 24, 23, 2022. I'm very close to being done on this one. I am stitching this on the called for, which is 40 count vintage country Mocha. And here is where I'm at. I absolutely love it. I am tired of it sitting, and I want to get it up. I know exactly where I'm going to hang it. I love that flag. I mean, every time I look at it, the depth that she was able to achieve with the shading, I love it. I don't know, can you tell? I mean, in person, it's fabulous. So I finished this motif. I have a little bit left to add here. I forgot to bring the branch, over here. I added the S for the alphabet and the 1, 2, 3, and I started working on this motif there. Whatever was on my needle is where I kind of went with it. Very, very close. So I'm excited to pull this one out tomorrow and see how much further I can get on it. don't know why the A, the S, and the U are different colors. I think I might just leave the S a different color and do the rest in the red, just because the S is my initial. She doesn't really say why it's different color. I think she just... Sometimes old samplers have different color letters in the alphabet, so I think that's just what she did. Anyways, I love it. I think part of the reason why it's taken me so long, I mean, the first part was like I started at the bottom, and the houses, I love a good house on a cross stitch piece. I don't often enjoy stitching them. It's kind of monotonous to me. So it took me a really long time to get through and finish all 3 houses. And then it took a long time for me to finish the middle band of the strawberries, because that middle band was spread over 4 different parts of a chart, or 4 different pages in the chart. So that was kind of a bummer. Okay. But it's moving along nicely now, so I'm anxious to see it done. I pulled out Fruit Salad Quaker by Primrose Cottage. I'm doing mine on a bold choice for fabric. I chose Peach of My Heart. It's a 36 count linen by Fiberlicious. And here is my progress. Oh boy. Hold on. I wanted something summery and bright and colorful. The floss colors, I'm using the called for floss. And you can see they do look great on this fabric. They're a little more muted because, am I doing 1/2? So it's 1 strand of floss over 2 linen threads. But I do love the way that it's coming along, and I think it's just going to be a nice little sunshiny pop of color in whatever display I put it on. But I'm enjoying this one thoroughly. I'm going to finish this into a pillow, and I'm going to use this as my pillow backing. Oh, it's right side up for me on my side. There you go. Still feeling the patriotic urge to stitch. I pulled out Liberty by Brenda Gervais with my needle and thread. I'm stitching this one on 40 count soda bread by by Wabi Sabi, and I picked it up through Hollis Hands. And I'm using the called for flosses. And let's see, this is where I got. So I added this motif here, and I started working across the top. This one will be framed. I have not looked at all of her charts like this. She's got several out to see if they were all a similar finishing size. Someone left me a comment saying that some are and some aren't, but I haven't figured out which ones are and which ones aren't just yet. But I think what I will do is I will make a note excuse me, I will make a note of the fabric, the count, and the finished size. So I'll put that in my phone in my notes, so that when I pull out the next piece that looks like, you know, this style, that I can see if I can use the same frame or not. I mean, the goal would be this would come out in the summer and I would pop it out and put in spring or put in, you know, winter or whatever the other pieces are. This may stay out all year, if I'm quite honest, but I'm loving the way that this looks. I love that fabric. I love the way the colors are looking on it. So I'm very, very pleased with how this one is working out. But wait, there's more. This piece, let's see. This piece was a freebie that was released by Primrose Cottage in celebration of their grand opening of their brick and mortar store. The frame is something that their dad created for this. I am stitching this on 40 count Bryce Beauty by Count on Linens, I believe. And this is how far I got. So I'm about halfway done. Now I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy, I am stopping, I mean the plan is to stop at that store on the way, you know, in our vacation. So I don't know if I'll pick up a frame like that. Chantel from 141 has a new set of round frames that some have look like flowers, some are scalloped. It's a set of 3, and I might see if this will fit in there, and I might pick up that set. The hard thing about that is that you have to paint them or finish the wood. This I think already comes painted. So we'll just have to wait and see when I get there if they have any and what I think. Or the other thing, actually I kind of forgot, and I've seen this fabric here. I think I wanted to finish this in a drum, and I wanted to use this fabric as the drum walls. So many options. Now that I'm remembering that I think I want to finish it in a drum, it probably will be a drum finish. Called for DMCs, very similar to the colors. It's just the DMC version for the last one I showed you, the fruit salad Quaker. And then Christmas in July. I'm not stitching as much as I hoped to for Christmas in July, partly because I'm not in the mood. I'm just now starting to think about fall stitching. In fact, I was putting charts away and I came across this little guy and I thought, oh yeah, let's pull him out. So I'm not quite ready for the holiday stitching, but I did pull this out because I would like to work on it. I am going to change the red. The called for red on this is 918, which is this rusty red color. And while it looks good, it doesn't really look red to me. So I think I'm going to go through my stash. I do have some other reds. They don't quite go, like that's too blue. This might be okay. But I think I want to go through and I want to find a different red that works really well with this fabric and the olive tones of the greens. But this is where I'm at. So I finished this motif and I added this motif. So I am at a place where I need to add Merry Christmas. I do plan on finishing it in the star shape, and I do plan on adding the trim. I just think it'd be really, really sweet in a display. And really, it doesn't take much time at all to work it up. I did, oh, and this is a 36 count flax linen by Swigert that I'm stitching this on. I did go ahead and stop being a member of Liz's Patreon group for the time being because I started with Chantel from 141 Design Company. And the thing with Chantel, it's a little more expensive. It's $36. I chose the $36 level because it offered the most, and they will automatically send you quarterly. I think it's quarterly, some kind of surprise finishing kit. So the ones that got sent in the beginning of July are a set of 3 wooden pumpkins, and you get everything I think that you need to finish it. Go check them out if you're interested. But I thought I can't be spending all this money on 3 different Patreons, so I did kind of pull back on hers for just the time being. I may go back in. I mean, it was only I only did the $10 range, so we'll have to wait and see. I don't know. So that's what I did. I am currently working on the 12 monthly minis by Primrose Cottage. And I believe I finished April. Yeah, April is done. So I've got January, February, March, April, and May. So I started May. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Lugana. The color is Buttermilk by Live and Dye LA. And I really am enjoying this fabric. It's like butter. It just is wonderful. These will all be finished into little pillows. I did not pick up the finishing kit for them. When I'm on vacation, if they have them, that might be something that I would pick up. I don't know. I can always use the fabric. They each have a different colored gingham, like tiny check, and I can always use the checks for something. It's like a polka dot, right? I just haven't quite decided what I want to do. I also like the pins, so I might pick up the pins as well. And if that comes with the fabric, so be it. We shall see. Okay, this is not a new start, but it is something that I'm going to be working on. This is going to be my anniversary start. My anniversary is this week coming up on the 31st. 32 years. But I loved this when I saw this. It's so Emma. And I love it. So I love this colorway. But, you know, in 1993, that was not the colors. So I found a 36 count Seafoam by Weeks. And this is what I'm going to remeasure it and make sure that I've got it, you know, ample. But I'm going to do this, and then I wanted silk, and so I've got kind of like a creamy white silk. This is a NPI. So I picked up a couple skeins of that. So we will start that this week. It'll probably be done by the time we've been married for 80 years. I don't know. Seriously though, I love it. I think it's going to be really, really pretty. And I think I'm really going to enjoy it on this fabric. So that will be ready to go. So that's what I'm lining up. And that is all for stitching. Okay, haul. Where to begin? Okay. So I bought a fat quarter bundle of polka dots because, hello, polka dots. Andover fabrics. They're gorgeous. I'm sure I'll use each and every one. This is not, I've done this once before where I've purchased the fat quarter bundle. It's not something that I do very often because I really don't have storage. I'm trying to figure out ways to either use or destash my fabrics, and you know, I don't sew as much as I used to, but this I figured would be great for finishes, pillows, that kind of thing. So I picked up a full set. I also picked up some mini charm packs. Let's see here. I picked up two acorn hollows, because, you know, I didn't quite finish my, it's the best way to do this. There we go. I didn't quite finish my project bag, but I loved making it so much that I know I'm going to want to make lots more. So I picked up two of these. And then I picked up some coordinating fabric to back it with. So I think that that'll be really, really cute. I also picked up, I don't know I don't know the name of this one, but I picked up because I figured this, you know, a mini charm pack in this, because I thought this would be a really cute, summery, springy, vintagey vibe bag as well. No finishing fabric because I figured I've got something here. I also picked up Cottage Charm. So very soft colors. I really, like, I wish I had room. I'd pick up a fat quarter bundle of these. They're very pretty and soft, so I picked up that. And then I picked up Star Spangled. Nice patriotic. So that's coming. I have more mini charms coming. They're not here yet. I also picked up Sparrow Pink. Rick Rack trim by Lady Dot Creates. And this was all through Fat Quarter Shop. And then I also picked up Fall Feathers, Little House Needleworks. Ooh, you can see the chart on that. This is the chart, the free chart that came with the set of colors. Now these, I was under the impression they were new colors. They're not, but that doesn't matter because here I have a whole set of fall colors that I can choose from. To stitch with this fall. The only one that's kind of funny, this one is licorice red. It is not red. I think it's anyways, I picked this up. They're not new, but it's nice to have them all packaged in one season. And then my floss fix came in. These are Classic Colorworks. And the colors for July: Pickled Beets, Pine Needles, Pink Champagne, Pink Posy, Pixie Dust, and Plum Paisley. Plum Paisley. Pixie Dust, Pink Posy, really pretty colors together. Pink Champagne, Pine Needles, and Pickled Beets. So really pretty colors. And then I have been eyeballing this since it came out. And I finally just broke down and bought it. This quilt here is just amazing. I don't think I'll find those fabrics, but it's beautiful. But it also has cross-stitch patterns in the back. I'm sure you've seen it. So I'll be working on some cross-stitch patterns. There's a couple in here that I want. And I also kind of want to work on a quilt. I just don't know which one. I don't know fabrics yet. I like cookbooks. I like to collect quilting books. I will probably take this to FedEx and have them trim the spine off and spiral bound it for me. Just because I think that's a little easier to work with. But I picked up this. And then I was watching someone, and I apologize, I don't remember their name, but they did a full-on review of the cross-stitch Halloween. Typically, this is not something that I would have purchased, but there's at least 5 things in here that I can see myself stitching. If you would like me to go through each and every project, you know, let me know, and I will in another video. But this one down here is great. This one here is good. She's cute. This haunted house is cute. I'm liking the ghosts here, but I'd probably stitch that on a different fabric. This one is really cute. This one, number 16, is really cute. 7 is really cute. 10 is cute. $46, $47, $50, $54, $64, even $62, probably $60, $59, $65, $66 is a keychain. He's 3-dimensional. How cute is that? $72, $75. There's just so many. And I have to show you this one because it's not my decorating aesthetic at all, but I absolutely love it. Let's see if I can find it. Is it the colors? I don't know, but a lot of back stitching. I don't care. I think I need to stitch them. So just some really fun things in here, and I'm glad that I picked it. This one here, I have a fun fabric that's similar, not as bright or saturated, but I think that would be really cute. So something for everybody in this book, I promise. And then my mom, the enabler that she is, she said, oh, I've got the new Stitchery catalog. Would you like to look at it? I'm like, sure. I bought this. It's a kit. I did not realize it's Ukrainian. But they've got English. They've got all the different languages. Well, a good number of different languages. And this thing is gorgeous. A lot of half stitches. And it came with everything. It came with obviously the chart, the floss, and the fabric. And a needle. So this is the floss. Real pretty colors. And then it's a 14 count Aida, and I love the color, but I don't think I'm going to stitch it on the Aida. I think I'm going to stitch it on a linen, and I think I'm going to stitch it on a 40 or a 46. Because I think this would be darling small. But I will absolutely keep this linen because, or this Aida, because I love the color. It's just really a nice color. And then of course the instructions. I mean, the chart's, you know, kind of big, which is good. So I picked up this. And then I also picked up shoot, this isn't gonna go like I want it to go. A kit. Another kit for little sachet bags. And it came with a sachet. 3 little bags that you would put into the finished stitched piece. I got them to use as like a treat bag, a gift card bag for families. So I picked up the butterfly one. But these are the styles that they had. Ada, and here's the interesting thing. It's split. It's glued, I think. I think it's glued here. And then you stitch your design, and then you're gonna stitch this closed. And then, gather it or what have you. And it came with the flosses too, to do all of them. This would be a really quick stitch, maybe for the car ride, because we're driving for vacation. We're going to Colorado. So anyways, I picked up that too. I thought, well, let's try it. Why not? And now I think I'll probably be getting Stitchery magazines again for, eons and eons and eons. And I think that's it. I did order, I did participate, well, I reserved through Fat Quarter Shop the Autumn Nights Mystery Quilt project. And it shipped, but when it got to me, it was not that. It was a random Fat Quarter bundle of fabrics that I did like, but I don't think I would use. And it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted, so it took me a long time. I mean, I fixated on this at dinner, and my husband's like, hello, here I am. I'm like, I gotta figure this out. I can't. Well, I did finally figure it out. The tracking label that was on my package matched the tracking label for the Autumn Nights. So I went ahead and I emailed them. So it's a Monday through Friday thing for them, and I will wait to hear back from them. If I don't hear back from them tomorrow, then I will give them a call late afternoon, because I do want that kit. So hopefully they did not sell out of it. Hopefully it was just, if it was one of those things where the labels got placed on the wrong packages, hopefully they have extras. Hopefully they have extras, and I will get it. I will be disappointed if not, but I will get over it. I also ordered a quilting, a wool quilting mat. It's a bigger one. And I don't sew out here, so I didn't bring it out. But I did buy one of those too. I think that's it. For my anniversary, my husband ordered me 2 cuts of linen and some floss from Color and Cotton. So those will be here 8 to 10 weeks. So hopefully sooner. I ordered the same. It was one of those gradient fabrics that they have 5 different shades of the same color. So I ordered the second to the lightest one, I think, and the darkest one of the bronze. Just because I think I'm enjoying stitching on my darker yellowy browns. So I thought that would be good. The other thing, I don't know when I picked it up, and I don't know if I've already showed you. So if I have, I apologize, but we're going to talk about it again. I went to Michael's and I ordered, I picked up some glass check beads to finish an edging on on this, and it's just going to be like a little picot stitch. So it'll be 2 and then 1 in the middle up a little higher. I also picked it up in a green. This green doesn't really match the stitching, but it does kind of go with the back. So I don't know if I don't know if I'll do two greens and a red, or if I'll just try to do all red, or if I'll do 2 reds and a green. I think I picked up, did I pick up 2 of each? I did. I picked up 2 of each. So I have options. What I feel like doing. So I'm going to work on this before Christmas, because it took me a long time to get this stitched, and it's finally finished, and now I'd like to add the trim and just be done with it. And I think that is it. Nothing else. I'm hoping that this week I feel a little bit better. I will continue to stitch. I don't know that I'll get any sewing in 2 weeks, and then we're on vacation. I will get a video done next weekend, but then it'll probably be another 2-week gap, unless I can get something done ahead of time. But I don't know. The nice thing about our resident camp is now that it's done and over, everything kind of goes back to normal for me pretty much, and summer is starting to wind down. So while we still have 3 weeks of summer camp left, it really starts to get very, very quiet in the office, and start getting into your fall stuff and your fall planning and that kind of thing. I did stop in yesterday. My daughter's boyfriend does flooring, and my boss wanted the floors measured to have the flooring replaced. So we went in, and she was chatting with me a little bit about different things, and so I think there's some more changes coming, which is totally fine. I think they're going to be great changes, actually, with things that we need. Yeah, things are just going to move along and be nice and quiet, I'm hoping, because I still have some comp time, that I'll be able to leave a little early, a few days, maybe a day or 2 a week for the remainder of the summer. We'll see. I feel kind of silly and guilty. That's like right now I could go lay down, take a nap. So I feel kind of funny being gone for a week at camp, taking the week off after camp, and then coming back in and saying, I'm going to leave now. I still have comp time. I feel funny doing that, so I'll have to talk to my boss about that a little bit. But if this is making me tired, I should go home and take a nap. I'm not going to get over it unless I do. So, anyways, thank you. If you have hung out with me for the entire length of this video, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Please take a moment, if you haven't done so already, and make sure that you hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Make sure to share the video, like the video, comment on the video. I do respond to the comments, either with the little heart emoji, or I actually respond to you. I do enjoy connecting with you and chit-chatting and answering questions that you may have. I do my best. I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. Let's see, what else? I think that is it. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and the week ahead. And until next time, happy stitching. Bye.